This is Real News Media TV, coverage you can trust. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates. Good afternoon, my Real News Media TV family. Welcome back to the channel for another news update for April 17, 2023. And in the news this afternoon, councillors lament water woes as NWC abandon some Clarendon sources. Clarendon councillors have blasted the National Water Commission for unsatisfactory service as they questioned the logic behind the abandonment of a water supply in low ground near Chapelton. Devon Johnson, the NWC's zone team leader, reported during last Thursday's meeting of the Clarendon Municipal Corporation that the low ground water supply and others deemed malfunctioning had been abandoned. Delano Williams, NWC's acting corporate public relations manager, later told the news that the named well was abandoned due to low yield. Councillor Romaine Morris of the Mocha Division described the news as heartbreaking. Morris said the situation is compounded by the fact that only about 20% of his division had access to water in their pipes. He charged that given the already existing water woes, it was imperative that NWC implement a short-term plan in the absence of the well. We have youngsters and elderly residents who are unable to move around and fetch the water wherever. They conditioned their lifestyle around the piped water in their area for many years, so this change now will affect them significantly, and I want to know what will be the short-term plan, he said. Uriah Mitchell, who represents the Rock River Division, lamented that the NWC's shortcomings have negatively impacted his work as a councillor, as several communities in his division, including Simon and Diamond, were yet to get the commodity through their pipes. As a councillor, it is unfair. This is 2023, and there are some areas on the main without water. And sometimes me feel shame because I'm here 20 years as a councillor, and all me a beg. Me can't get water to my citizens, bemoaned Mitchell. He criticized the state agency, saying it was able to provide trucks with water to sell to residents, but could not give them access to piped water. Similar sentiments were echoed by the Palmer's Cross Division councillor, Carleen Benjamin, who said that while it was good that the Hummingbird Meadows, a new National Housing Trust development, had water, it was unfair that areas surrounding it were still without. So I would love to know when Birds Hill, Cooley Town, White Marl and Moors will be getting water, Benjamin said. Johnson noted the concerns but contended that residents who refused to pay their bills were hampering NWC's work. The NWC cannot operate giving water 24 hours for the day, and when the time comes for people to bear their responsibility, they are not coming forward, Johnson said. He added that one of the most challenging areas repayment compliance was Rocky Point in the southeastern section of Clarendon. I don't know if it's a cultural problem, but we have some serious challenges in Rocky Point and we need to collect the money, emphasized Johnson. The Rocky Point division is represented by Mapen Mayor Winston Maraj. Johnson added, however, that the mayor had been working with his team to alleviate the woes. Murders up in St. Anne, but major crimes down overall. With disputes over land the major factor pushing murders up in St. Anne, the police will go into communities with other professionals in an attempt to help residents find less violent ways to settle arguments. Since the start of the year, the parish has recorded 22 murders, an additional 8 when compared to the corresponding period last year. According to Deputy Superintendent of Police in charge of crime in the parish, Linton Bailey, most of the murders were as a result of dispute over land ownership. We intend to analyze these situations and have the proper intervention. So you will see us coming out into the communities with lawyers and other legal professionals to speak with persons so as to see how best we can impact these activities, said Bailey during the monthly sitting of the St. Anne Municipal Corporation on Thursday. The parish recorded its most recent murders on Wednesday night and another on Thursday morning in Ocho Rios. Bailey noted that despite the increase in murders, however, there has been a decrease in major crimes overall. The hotspot areas are not the ones giving us the issues because they are well policed. Overall, major crimes are down by 31% since the commencement of the year. Break-ins are down by 30% and robbery 19%, he said. He noted also that of the 22 murders committed, the police have made a significant progress. So far, we have made 11 arrests in these murders, said the lawman. The parish of St. Anne remains a safe parish to do business, to live and grow our children, he added. Holness to attend the inaugural Regional Security Summit in Trinidad and Tobago. Prime Minister Andrew Holness has left the island for Trinidad and Tobago, where he will participate in the inaugural Regional Security Conference. The CARICOM conference comes as the region grapples with heightened transnational criminal activities. Holness, who departed Jamaica on Sunday, has said crime should be treated as a health emergency and that regional leaders should collaborate to tackle the problem. The Security Summit will address crime and violence as a public health issue and will be staged under the theme, The Crime Challenge, None of Us is Safe Until All of Us Are Safe. This regional meeting was announced following the recently held 44th regular meeting of the Conference of Heads of Government of the Caribbean Community during February in the Bahamas. The two-day event will be hosted by the government of Trinidad and Tobago in the capital port of Spain from April 17 to 18. Ahead of his departure, Prime Minister Andrew Holness said organized crime is primarily committed by transnational groups involved in the drug trade, advanced fraud, and other illicit money and drug trading activities. It is therefore very important that CARICOM countries begin to show a high level of collaboration and cooperation by sharing information and the best practices. The Prime Minister will return to the island on Wednesday, April 19. Deputy Prime Minister and the Minister of National Security, Dr. Harris Chang, will be in charge of the government while Holness travels. Cabinet approves a contract award to bolster public education. Cabinet has approved the award of several contracts to bolster public education, including US $848,815 to C&W Business Jamaica for the provision of wide area network connectivity services to 68 institutions for 3 years. Information Minister Robert Morgan announced that initiative during a post-cabinet press briefing last Wednesday. Cabinet also gave the nod for the National Education Trust to award Jamaican $223 million to NF Barnes Construction for the construction of a classroom block at the Bridgeport High School in St. Catherine. In addition, procurement and the distribution of grades 4 to 6 textbooks in language, arts, science, and social studies for primary school students for academic year 2023-2024 will go ahead following Cabinet approval. The suppliers include Book Zone Limited at a cost of $323 million, Carlong Publishers Caribbean Limited for $1.8 million, and the Kingston Bookshop Limited for $301 million. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates.